Always. Hi, this is Aya of the Dawn, and you are tuning in for your life path number 2 numerology reading. That's standing up really straight. How are you guys doing? Okay. I am feeling like I'm doing good, but I could be like taking better care of my psychic life. As far as, just keeping my energy shield higher to protect my life force energy. This is something I'm learning that I need to practice every day. So we're going to smudge as if we don't already have enough smoke. And I'm not going to clap 3 times because I have those Tibetan bells in the background. And I hope you guys can hear them. I'm kind of feeling a little sad. But at least I know how to cope with it. That's half the battle. Visiting angels is calling me. I will call them back. Okay. All right. So life path number 2. Let's focus on the Sri Yantra, the beauty of your goals, life path number 22, not 22, just life path number 2. I'm having a hard time today putting energy into words. Sometimes it I can feel your energy, and I always feel like relationship energy with life path 22 because that's like what you guys are growing into this lifetime. Harmony, like how to live in balance. Now, before I could even shuffle, the card came out. How to live in harmony with people and like still keep your identity. Life path number 2. Life path 2. Life path number 2. I'm using the romance angel cards because they don't have to just be about relationships. And most of the time, it's like nothing is about someone else. It's always about us, right? Sometimes people hate getting people call in for like love relationships from me. I mean love readings, and I always bring it right back to take a responsibility, like for your own energy and what you're bringing to the relationship and what you're projecting. Because I am a feminine shaman, and that is my function, is to help people transmute and alchemize their energy. So anytime and it says that completely clearly, like on any of my profiles online where I'm advertising, like this is what I do. So if you get a reading from me, this is what you're going to get. This is how it's going to be. But I mean, people still, and then they're just kind of like, I just want to know if we're going to work out, But anyway, I'm looking for one more card for life path number 2. So I'll let this rest for a second since nothing else is just like popping out, which means that the 2 cards I have right now are what we are to draw from. So the first card that came out is finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. And the thing that stood out to me, that popped out to me, was this woman who is reaching her hand out to pick flowers. And she has this grim look on her face, and the stance that she's in is pretty uncomfortable. And I never noticed that before. Like, I never really looked at the picture on this card all that much. And I guess it's being drawn to my attention as like an oracle for the feeling that you have in your life right now, like maybe reaching out for help, like begrudgingly, or reaching out for what you want. And it may not be like all that you want or really what you want. It may not really satisfy you, but here you are. It's like, I'm in this situation, I'm dealing with it, and I'm taking from it what I can. I am I am feeling discomfort. I mean, and there is beauty around me, but it's not exactly like what I want. And then the next card that popped out is deception. Okay, it says someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Now, pulled together with this card, like what came to me is that you need to start asking and telling people what you want. Like, you need to start telling people that I feel uncomfortable, or else you're going to always be wearing like a mask, pretending like you want what you want. It's kind of like sitting and when I see this lady, I think of like maybe a spread, a buffet, and you have like all this food around you, say like for Thanksgiving, and you may be a vegetarian or a vegan, and you may not have told people that you're making this life change, and you still have to reach out for food that you're not really interested in anymore because it's there, you know. And that really isn't allowing people to really get to know you, and it's not allowing you to get out of this discomfort. It's kind of like you have to, in order to be in a relationship, sometimes you do have to go through the discomfort of explaining yourself to people and explaining your boundaries. Like, for instance, I live with my ex-boyfriend's parents right now, because after the hurricanes in St. Thomas, that was the house the people I decided to go to, because they have enough space, they have the finances, they had like the wealth to take me in. As for like some people in my immediate family, I would have been a burden on them, and it would have ended up being like a really bad fiscal situation and emotional situation, and I would not have, well, I could have always gone back to my boyfriend's parents' house. But my ex-boyfriend is coming in town this week, and I've been trying to call him, but he has not been answering, to tell him my new boundaries, you know, because I know how we have been in the past, like sleeping next to each other, and maybe more affectionate, and maybe I was more giving of my time and energy and love and support, and at this time I'm not available for that. But I left him a message. I was like, if you want to hang out with me, we can like schedule a time. It could be like not necessarily formal or anything, but I do have my own business, and I kind of work freelance. I have to be available. I can't just get lost in our little world that we get in. And so I know he probably doesn't want to hear that, and that's probably one of the reasons why he doesn't call me back at this time, because he would like for there to be like open space for him to just kind of like be the way he wants things to be, you know. Like, he would probably love to come in and barge into the shower when I'm taking a shower and be like, hey, can I take a shower with you, because that's what he's used to, or be able to come sleep next to me, and like, I'm not actually like available that way, in those ways anymore. I'm moved on energetically, and although he might not like it, like, he probably is going to not listen to the message or pretend like he didn't hear the message, but I'm going to have to tell him again, and it's not going to be like the most pleasant position for us at the time. But I will be releasing a mask, or else I'm going to be like living a lie. And then, what happens when you do that, then you have to go back and tell people, you broke my boundaries, but you didn't give people a chance to keep your boundaries intact by communicating with them and telling them like where you're at, what makes you uncomfortable, what makes you happy, what do you want. After a while, they'll get used to it. It's just kind of like that when changes happen. Like, his parents are pretty narcissistic people, and they're not used to being around someone who insists upon being themselves, living their own life, calling their own shots. If anybody knows how narcissistic people are, they want to pretty much control the frequency in the house and keep it at like a low level so that they can be the ones acting on a higher frequency, but not really having it on the inside. Well, I cultivate it on the inside and I act it out on the outside, and it makes their world like, for them, it's like they're like scrambling, and they're trying to do stuff to my energy. They're poking at me, and it makes me a little bit miserable sometimes because I'm being triggered to deal with issues that aren't really mine. And that's what narcissistic people do. They make you deal with these issues that aren't even yours. And so it's just an interesting case study that I'm in right now for myself of still communicating, being myself, standing my ground. I'm there for a reason, and anytime I try to leave, I'm not able to leave. And I feel like life path, well, not that I'm not able to leave, but the universe is like, it's not time yet, because they're trying to set me up for success in certain ways and help me get strong in other ways. It's very unpleasant, uncomfortable, and albeit I'm uncomfortable, I've been being honest. I've been not communicating in anger. I have been waiting for the right opportunities to assert myself. And now I need to continuously make sure that I protect my energy filled by, I pretty much have my diet okay. As far as not eating meat, that was a big deal for my soul. Not that I'm mentally against it, but there's something in my frequency and in my like body chemistry right now that really registers that as a no. And also, Pilates is really important for me. And just like continuously working on my artistic endeavors. And so I see that with life path number 2, that you're willing to make yourself uncomfortable in order to make people happy. There's no need for that. There's ways to communicate with certain people in certain ways at certain times. Some people you can write a letter. Some people you can speak to directly. But always, you can make sure that you're neutral and not coming from like an emotional place out of anger, because if you haven't communicated your boundaries, then it's really not fair to blame your discomfort on others. And sometimes even after you communicate, you still feel discomfort. If you're an empathic person, then you want everyone to hurry up and just like feel better. And that's another thing. The reason why people are deceptive is because, you're afraid of absorbing the energy from other people. So you rather kind of like live a lie than be honest with yourself and verbally express your truths. It sucks being around people who are unhappy with you, and your decisions. Whether it be friends or family or coworkers or just people outside, it really does suck. I don't know what to tell you except to, like I was just talking about, keep your energy shield high by taking good care of yourself. For me, it is my diet and exercise that does it. Like specific types of exercises, like my core muscles and like strengthening myself and breathing keeps it. It really boosts up my energy, and it gives me this confidence shield that is unlike any other. All right, I feel like these 2 cards were it. And join me on Patreon at A of the Dawn. Next month we have some 12th house solves coming out featuring the blue lotus flower. And you'll be able to use the solve. This is at the tier, the second tier, no, the third tier is the solve. The second tier is just going to be the teas, where you get like the herb mixture, the 12th house herbal mixture in tea bags. Now you can either soak it in wine because blue lotus flowers aren't soluble in water, or you could take them out the tea bags and smoke them, which is what I have been doing because I haven't like really been wanting alcohol in my system at this time. Join me on Instagram at TangledFairy11 and join me on my meetup.com and actually show up to the meetups, guys. Or else I'm going to take it down. I mean, I'm growing in numbers, but like nobody shows up and I have to pay for it every month. So yeah, join the Unicorn Collective on meetup.com because I can just move all those events to my website, and then everybody can just pay for them on their own accord whenever they want to. RSVP. I just might do that. Well, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.